Good evening, everyone. Just got back home. As you can hear, the voice is slowly but surely withering away. Disappointing way to finish the weekend after so much promise from last week's performance. But yeah, the Blues go down 15-15, 105 to 15-10, 100. It was a weird day. It was a weird game. I kind of felt like we didn't really deserve to win the game, first of all. I thought that we played, particularly in that first quarter, some of the turnovers, the skill errors were farcical, really disappointing after what was such a strong finish last week. And, there's the old adage, I think Lee Matthews talks about it a lot, how you always start a game how you ended your previous game. So, disappointing. And then it just sort of, we never looked likely. I never really felt that we were out of the contest. But having said that, Melbourne, for whatever reason, just could not put us away. To be honest, we probably should have lost that game by a lot more. Some of the easy shots on goal that they had really probably flattered us in the end. What we do have is the ability to score and score quickly, which is not something that we've had in years previous to this one. And so there are positives to take from it. I think when we look back at a game like this and a game like Hawthorn and a game like Gold Coast at the end of the year, once all the emotion has subsided, I think what we'll start saying is, what an improvement that it was on 2018, where we weren't really even likely to be in games. We were just hoping not to lose by 7-8 goals. So. Yep, I know, you've always got to try and find the positives in a situation like that. But having said that, we've got to start putting the pressure on these guys. They've got to start feeling the pinch a little bit more. Some of the stats at halftime, it was really just there. It was something crazy like, Samo had 4 touches to the half, Fisher 4, Dow had 3, Lang had 2. Those kind of numbers just added up. To their credit, they really lifted in that second half, particularly in that fourth quarter, and just held on enough to make their push, and they did, and just wasn't enough in the end. We could have pinched it. Mitch McGovern had a shot which he kicked along the ground that hit the post, I believe. So that would have been a fitting way to end the day, but it wasn't to be. I'm happy that we lost, in a sense that we deserved to lose. I feel like if we won, it would have covered over some cracks in the team. And so there are some things that we have to look forward to now and improve on. So, yeah, a bit of a different format tonight for my player ratings. I'm going to do it with you guys and see if we can maybe come up with some sort of a agreement or disagreement or discussion about how each player went. This is not a whipping session. This is not a session where we're going to be lashing out at guys. Yeah, there were some poor performers today, particularly our defenders, who have been fantastic for us all season. It just wasn't a day for our defenders today. Probably as a collective, individually, they all had their little uh-oh moments. And when you concede 100 or 94 points at the end of the third quarter, it's probably going to say how you're going defensively. So, having said that, the midfielders do need to take some accountability for that, because their performance was really poor as well. So, yeah. Hey, everyone. Adrian Salerno. Hey, mate. Yeah, a bit of a kick in the guts. Lenny, good to meet you today. I think it was you, mate. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, great to meet you today. Good to put some faces to the names. Met a few people today who came up to me. That was really cool. Liam, if McGovern kicked that, would have been a draw. Oh, sorry, you're right. My bad. It would have been a draw. Yep. Andrew, we did kick 100 points. Yes, we did. And we've kicked 100 points 3 times this year and lost 2 of those games. So, interesting. Dan, hey, mate. Huge moment now for Teague to show what he's worth if he's ready for the big job. McGovern killed us twice. Once for being ineffective and 2 for making JSOS come off his mid-roll to lead the line up top. Oliver killed us in the second half. Margaret, hello. I saw you join them on station before the game. You should have come and said hello. Don't be shy. I won't bite. It was. We'll get to Mitch in a moment. What I'm going to do is, let me share my screen with you guys. We're going to go through our list as it was today, as it was named, and have a look. It was good to see that. That Bruce actually did play in the end. Dan and I took a bit of a punt recording a video on the Friday, only to see that he actually did play. So that was very interesting. But yeah, look, just going through here, I've got Caleb Marchbank, Liam Jones, and Nick Newman. Starting with Caleb Marchbank, I thought he was okay. Just having a look here at his actual stats, he had 10 disposals, 3 marks, followed Tom McDonald. Yeah, I think the Tom McDonald matchup was sort of everyone had a shot at him. He just dominated us today. Caleb was okay, had moments. I'm gonna score the defenders pretty harshly today, just because, like I said earlier, at various stages they were poor with their disposal. They conceded far too many points in the first 3 quarters and really made it difficult. I know that there are midfielders to attribute to that, but yeah, I thought Caleb Marchbank was disappointing a little bit today. I'm going to give him a pass mark for his game. I thought he was a little down on his best, and it was quite obvious to see. Liam Jones, not good today. He's been given the witch's hat. Yeah, a bit stiff. 5 touches, 4 kicks, gave away 3 free kicks. The contest with Petrarca was a very interesting one. A very, very interesting one, because he sort of tried to corral him, and it sort of went to show a little bit of the mindset that he went into this game with. Just wasn't at his best today. He had a few of those moments. I'm going to give him a 4 for his game today, Liam Jones. He does compete, and he did have some of those strong marks, but he still did make a few mistakes and a few errors that did cost us. Nick Newman is next. I think he got a good chunk of the ball. Could be wrong there. Yeah, he did here. Where are we? So the 26 touches, but I don't think he used the ball very well today at all. Yeah, I mean, he was one of our better defenders, and he did lift in that. He did lift in that 4th quarter particularly, but yeah, just some of his disposals hurt us. He did get a lot of the ball, so I'll give him some credit there. I'm giving Newman a 6 for his game today. Halfback Kate Simpson. He was okay. I don't want to put a big headline on this and sort of declare that Simo is coming towards the end, but it's just, last year he was obviously a lot more prolific, and that, it is what it is. That's Simo. That is what it is. I thought he was, just below a pass today. He just didn't impact the game like I would have liked. And again, this is all raw right now. It's all basically to the naked eye. I didn't have a radio on the ear and whatnot. But even watching how they were positioning themselves as defenders, we got caught out quite a few times. And so I'll give Simo a 4. Jacob Wiedering, I thought first of all that knock was tough. It was really bad. Really bad to see him in that way. His legs started shaking and it just didn't look good. Petrarca called for the play to stop immediately. Good on him for being a good sport about that, but just an unlucky, clumsy knock. He used to cop a few of those in his first few years, and very, very sad to see Jacob Wiedering, knocked out like that. I thought he was okay before that, but again, he's playing in a defensive 6 that really didn't get the job done today. So I'll give him a 4 for his game. Obviously, he's missed a quarter, and I'm being a little harsh here, but again, the defenders are going to cop a little bit of slack for their performance today. Lockie Plowman, oh God, look, the initial reaction for a lot of people is, if I can get on him, and I've been one to really get on him in the past. He had a poor game. He turned the ball over. He had that horrible clanger kicking out of the goal square where he just basically kicked it straight to, I believe it was Hunt, who went on to kick a goal. But I was disappointed with Plowman today, just as a whole. I hold him in a good stead. I hold him, I look at him as a leader of the club, and he just didn't get it done today. I'm giving him a 3, and just too many costly turnovers that just hurt us a lot. Centerline, Will Setterfield. I had a look at Will Setterfield at training this week, and he doesn't train with the main group. He does his own modified program, so he's not at his peak fitness. He's not doing the same type of training that all the other players are. Having said that, today he went back, kicked 3 goals, and he found a way to impact. And that's what it's all about with players coming through. You've got to find a way to impact. And I thought he did that pretty well. Kicked 3 goals too, had the 13 touches. I like that Teague used him up forward. Also, another thing on Teague, he made some moves today and he made it happen. So I'm going to give Will Setterfield a 7 for his game today, purely because of the fact that he just, found a way to impact the game and played his bit. Ed Curnow, he had 6 touches at halftime, so he's finished with 17 and a half, if I've done this right. Good second half. He did lift when he needed to. 11 tackles, as you can see there. 10 contested possessions. The thing is, though, skipper, where is that at the beginning? I know that's a little bit harsh to put on him, but listen, that's what you're the captain for, and that's what comes with the territory. We'll praise you when you do an amazing job last week, again, as skipper, and really just helped us with the clearances. But yeah, he was just part of a midfield that didn't get going until late in the game. So I'll give him a 6 for his game. I am being harsh, but again, 6 touches to the half, and that's a very poor showing. And with the weight of captaincy, I really want to put the pressure on him, and hopefully he'll look at that and it'll spur him on. The good thing is, though, all good players find a way, like I said, and he certainly did find a way to get himself back in the game. So, and he had to. So, well done to you, Ed. Lockie O'Brien next up. He sort of plodded along, did his thing, had his 9 touches, kicked a goal, had some nice moments, had a nice kick out in the full, which was not great to see. But the 9 touches, and again, midfielders, you need them to get a bit more of the ball. It doesn't matter what stage of your career you're at. If you've brought into the team as a midfielder, in my opinion, you've got to be getting us 15 possessions minimum. Like as a bare minimum, you've got to be getting the 15. He's had the 9. He's kicked the goal, so it's kind of neither here nor there. I'll give him a 5. I'll give him just a bare pass mark, but not our worst, not our best, but definitely not our worst. Half forward line, Sam Walsh. Thought he's one of our best players all day. He just wills himself. The 25 touches here, 14 kicks, 11 handballs, 7 tackles, 11 contested possessions. He also lifted in the second half, and he really. One thing I really noticed about Sam Walsh today was he was getting tackled by men, guys like Nathan Jones, Jordan Lewis, and he was just finding a way to get loose and get his handball off or get his kick off. And to show that strength at this point in his career is very, very interesting. And I don't know where I saw it or heard it, but that's a very Dangerfield-like trait. Dangerfield thrives off getting tackled and then releasing the footy. And I thought Sam Morris did a really good job today. I'm giving him an 8 for his game today. Again, he's still a 19, 18, recently turned 19, still a first-year player. So that's what I thought about him. Levi Casbolt, mate, he's earned himself weeks now, but kudos to Levi. Honestly, a guy that just got smashed by our supporters for years. And again, a guy that we can play forward, play in the ruck when Cruiser goes down for that 15-minute block at the end of the 3rd, start of the 4th, and also playing defence when we need to. And that cannot be understated. And I'll be honest, if Harry and Charlie were fit and we had a selection dilemma, I'd be dropping Mitch McGovern. That's where Levi's at right now with his game. That's where he's at with his year. He kicked his goals today, 3 goals straight, tough angles on some of them. One was a really long one. And again, it actually warms my heart to say I was dead wrong about Levi. I'm giving him a 9 for his game today. Like I just thought he battled. And I just, he's for a guy that we just plastered for so long to be able to continue on and really reinvigorate himself. I'm really happy with him, and, kudos to him. So well done to you, Levi. Next up, Mitch McGovern. I don't want to spend too much time. He's unfit. Again, at training, he doesn't train with the full group. He was off to the side with Cripps and Harry doing a kick-to-kick thing. And then he moved on to this drill that I was talking about earlier in the week that Murph, Fisher, and Lockie O'Brien were doing, and they were basically leading up, and Mitch was kicking them the ball. He doesn't do the full training, so he's obviously being managed, and it's showing. And a lot of footy players talk about it. If you don't have the preseason, you're playing behind the 8 ball. You're just playing catch up for the rest of the year, and I think that's what's going to be the story with Mitch McGovern. So, if that's the case, the dichotomy of that is: do you just drop? Do you just let him play in the twos, or hang on, he's an experienced head. He tells guys where to go, that kind of thing. I'm neither here or there. I'm starting to lean towards just go and have a week off, mate. Get right, rest whatever you've got to rest, unless he's got some sort of an injury that rest isn't going to help it. I don't know. It's just a big cloud of unknown for me with Mitch McGovern. I'm not privy to what happens on the inside. None of us are. So I don't know what conversations are being had on the inside. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 2 for his game today. But again, just let's not be too over the top harsh at him, because we don't know what he's dealing with. He's a quality player. He's underperforming right now. Yes, he gets paid the big bucks. Yes, and we need more from him. Yes, but let's just hope that he can turn it around and really do something this season, find himself a good 4-week block of form and really come home strong. Forward line, Zach Fisher. I thought he was sort of probably the same as last week. He had his moments, which were okay, but over the course of the entire game, it just wasn't what I wanted from Zach Fisher. 14 touches, 2 marks and a goal. Good goal. He needed to kick it, and he did. That was the main thing. The goals always help your ratings for me, so I'm going to give him a 6 for his game. I was sort of leaning towards pass mark, but some of those moments in that fourth quarter were pretty cool. So, yeah, that's what I thought of Zach Fisher's game. Matt Kennedy next up. Again, another one who I'm going to give a kudos to. Didn't get a lot of the ball. He had 6 shots on goal. He's kicked his 2 goals. Definitely needs to find more of the ball. But what I take out of today's game with Matt Kennedy is, all right, there is something there. There is a position there across that half forward line where we can use him. What I want to see from Matt Kennedy is maybe we thought he was this big, strong bull, but he's not yet. Maybe he will be that. I want to see him really work on his marking in the preseason, the upcoming off season, and obviously during the week as well for the rest of this year. But I want to see him really become a marking guy, so that way when he does go into the midfield, he can be more of an option. And obviously when he does float forward, he can take marks inside 50. But yeah, it was sort of, he didn't have a lot of ball in the first half, and he didn't have a lot of it in the second, but he did do some nice things. I'm going to give him a pass mark of 5 for his game. But I saw things today and last week that have given me a bit of a relief, because it was sort of one of those, oh God, where is he at? I don't know what's going on with him. He can't crack into the team. He got gifted a game, that kind of thing. But I saw enough today to have a little bit of a sigh of relief. But he's got to keep building for sure. Paddy Dow next up. Started the game with an inside 50 with a kick that was too low. Followed it up with a nice goal. That was important. He's just not getting enough of the ball for me. I need him to get more of the ball. He's had, where is he? He's had 7 touches. He's kicked a goal. We need more from a midfield. As I said, you've got to come in as a midfielder and you've got to get your 15. Just find a way to get your 15 touches and go from there. And so when you have him and Lockie O'Brien, have 7 and 9 respectively, it adds up. And particularly in that first quarter, we were getting, I think they had 60 or 40 more possessions than us just in that first quarter alone, and it was quite stark. So we had some guys low on numbers in the midfield for sure. Followers, Matty Cruiser. I thought Cruiser was our best player today. He just battled along, copped a sick hit all day. Actually, no, I don't think he was our best player. Jack Silvani was our best player. He copped a really big knock. He had his 17. He battled all day, and he does that. We love Cruz because we don't have to worry about, is he going to show up today? So yeah, he got probably outplayed by Bruce overall, but he did compete well and he did follow up and do his usual thing. So I'm going to give him a 7 for his game. I think had he not been beaten by Bruce overall, then I think we're talking about a top of a 9 game, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm giving him a little bit of pressure there, but that's how I feel. Jack Silvagni, breakout game. Make no mistake about it. Breakout game. 18 touches, 10 marks, 3 goals. He started in the midfield, switched forward. Again, David Teague making moves. Jack Silvagni found a way to make it happen. He's breaking through. It's a big relief for us because he was, in some ways he was in no man's land, and in a lot of ways he's just developing at the rate that a key position guy that's not a midfielder and not a strict forward is. Like, this is the age and this is the progression that he's going to be on the whole time. So, just relief for him. He kept us in the game and, did his thing, and he tackled and he put the pressure on, and he loves his club. And I love Jack. That's a 10 out of 10. Seriously, he's deserved it. He's earned it. He'd be getting my 3 votes for best on ground as well from the Carlton point of view. Mark Murphy. I thought Murph was really good across the entire game. Obviously a little low on possessions. He was tagged for we had someone next to him. I think it was, can't remember who it was, but he always had a lot of attention on him for the majority of the day. Lifted a lot in that 4th quarter when the game was there to be won. He's had 2 good games, 6 tackles in there, 11 contested possessions, good splits there with numbers. Earned himself 5 free kicks. I'm giving Murph an 8 today. I thought he was really solid, one of our better midfielders on the day, and it's just a relief to see him playing well. It just makes me happy because he's a Carlton great, no doubt about that. Interchange bench, Samo. So we had the 4 touches to the half. Not what we need. He obviously lifted. He had the 17. He just sort of he and Fisher have this similar trait of going in and out, and we want to just have them spread across the game a bit more. It's going to happen. They're going to get to 25 and 26 and be regular 24 possession per game midfielders. So I think we've got to be a bit patient with them. This is really good exposure for the 2 of them, with no Cripps in there, because it's sort of next man up, and everyone's got to elevate their game by a little bit, and so they're feeling the pinch of that. I like that. I like that this is a struggle for them. I don't want them to just be, great players all right away and get it easy. They're really having to earn their form. I'm going to give Samo, him a 6 for his game, because he did find a way to sort of push in. Darcy Lang, he probably looked like a guy who's missed a lot of AFL footy. Early in the game, pretty poor. I believe he had the 2 touches to the half. He had a better 4th quarter along with the majority of the team, but again, we're judging over the course of the 4 quarters. I'm giving Darcy Lang, I'm giving him a 3 for his game today. It was below what we need from him. I understand he's missed a lot of AFL footy, but he did have a good patch of form in the VFL. And again, you look at Jack Silvagni, goes back, does his thing in the VFL, comes in, impacts. So as much as I want to give Lang an excuse, Jack's done it as well. So that's what I thought about Darcy Lang. Dale Thomas and Michael Gibbons. Daisy, I thought Daisy was gallant today. Didn't have a lot of the ball, 15 tackles, but I think early in the game when we were pretty shit house, he was sort of there cleaning up well. Just fell away a little bit. He didn't really continue on with this lifting mentality that the rest of them did in that 4th quarter. So I'm giving Daisy. I'm going to give him a 6 for his game, just above a pass mark. And Michael Gibbons, 12 touches, kicked a goal. Yeah, it's sort of a pass. It's a pass mark. It's probably a 5. It's a 5. 5 out of 10 for me. But that's how I thought. So I'll get to your comments now. I haven't been looking at them, obviously. Let me know what you thought. Lenny over here. Newman's been solid this year, flying under the radar. Good to meet you today. Yep. Hank, hello, mate. Good to see you, mate. Waldy, Jack, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I agree, mate. Very good. Andrew, Mr. Pullman. I think you said Plowman there. Yeah, it was. He had his pretty shitty moments today. Costa Pappas, play man on man. Don't know yet. I think we probably got to. be able to integrate both. But they've obviously got a particular game plan. They're trying to go with, and they're really pushing this zone. Still think we should have milked the clock a little more. Very uncharacteristic from Simo. Yeah, I mean, it was an uncharacteristic. I mean, the defenders just had a shocker. Had a shocking day today, and it happens. It's going to happen from time to time. Let's be real about it. Justin Ryland, the big Geelong supporter, mate, left licking your wounds from last night, brother. If only the Blues were more aware of the time on the clock at the 30-minute mark, they seem to slow the ball down. Yeah, I agree. That was the feeling in the crowd as well. We got ourselves in the game by taking the game on and doing our thing, and we just didn't continue with that. As when the game was sort of towards the end. So disappointing, but it's a learning experience, I guess. Andrew Nagy, hey mate, McGovern 5 disposals, Kerr next week. I mean, Kerr's not really bursting the door down. That's the thing. We all sort of, someone's not performing, it's like, yeah, drop him. And, there is an argument to say that Mitch should be dropped, and I'm with you there, but Kerr's not exactly lighting the place on fire. Dan, good thing was Wiedemann answered the question from the video of who's better. Yeah, the bloody cat, mate. I was screaming out, I'm like, you're mentally weak, Wiedemann. Yeah, no, I'm stoked. Melbourne will be spewing. They picked up Wiedemann over Harry Mackay. Kidding me? Andrew, umpire number 11, what a legend. Yeah, umpires had some of the calls. The conversation about umpiring and them needing to go full-time is a very interesting one for me. It's a no-brainer. If you want to improve the game, you've got to invest in the game. And I don't understand why we can't give these umpires full-time gigs, study the game more, study tape more. There are ways you can improve decision-making. There are ways you can train the mind to be, more affluent under pressure and these sort of things. So, again, without understanding exactly what goes on into creating full-time roles for umpires, it just seems like they've got to have a bit more, have a bit more time during the week to practice their craft. Liam Brown, if we had Cripper, Kerner, Mackay, Cunners would have won. Yeah, definitely, mate, but we didn't, and that's the thing. A lot of ifs, but the reality is we lost. It's sort of simple as that. Kano request me, mate. I'll put a link up here, mate. Where are we? I'll put a link up here in a moment, and then you can come on. Anyone's welcome to come and join the stream if you want to have a chat. No worries. Stephen, it was a fair last 15 minutes. The rest wasn't much. Ain't that the truth, mate? Ain't that the truth? Needed to do something forward besides Greg Kennedy. Only the old members will remember him looking likely as a forward. JSOS isn't playing as a forward. Love it, mate. Just totally agree. I think we figured out that Jack can play a lot more on ball. I think Jack is this guy that we want to be that Robin to Cripps's Batman. I think that's what's happening here. I think we figured out that Jack's really elevated himself, got himself fit, and he's really able to provide this role now for us. So that's a big tick. And I'm really excited to see when Cripps does come back into the team, how it's going to play out. So, yeah. Cam, I've one dream for 2019. It's having Doc kick the ball out of every... Oh, mate. What a game for Sam Doherty to be playing today, especially the way that Melbourne kicked the ball inside 50. Definitely. Wildy, Simo is struggling, seeing it over the past 7 weeks. Yeah, he is. And that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's going to happen. I think we just need to be... I saw someone, oh my God, I saw someone have a crack at Simo. Let me read it out to you. What I saw today. And it prompted me to go live because I wanted to get this out right away. So, fuck it. Aiden Irish O'Connor. Kate Simpson, you had to fuck it up. Who else? Yeah, he's brave and the turnover king. What do you mean, mate? What do you mean? It's Kate Simpson. Anyway. Our supporters. Thoughts on that last contest with Setterfield? My thought was front on contact, although it doesn't deny the fact that he should have taken the mark. Again, he'll learn from that. One thing about Will Setterfield, like I said earlier, he's not in full training. He's doing the modified stuff to the side, and it's impacting his ability to do certain things. But again, give him some credit. He kicked those 3 goals for us, much needed. So, yeah. Dan, is it a pray for the desk? Nah, mate. Nah, I'm not mad because we deserve to lose today. We did. Luke Morgan, great effort. Thanks, brother. Brisbane Lions supporter. What's going on in that game at the moment? Where are we? Brisbane Lions up by 20, mate. Up and about. Andrew Nagy. McGovern, 0 seconds next week. Wildy, good call on setters. Impacted. Yeah, he did. Andy, imagine what will happen if we string 4 quarters. Yeah, that's the other takeaway for me. We're going to be good. Really good. Like, make no mistake about it. There's going to be one of these games where it all clicks. It's probably a year or maybe 2 years away, but geez, I'm just sensing Geelong. I'm just getting way out of my head over here, but I'm just sensing something really building here because we played poorly today and nearly won. And that's fascinating from where we were 5 weeks ago and even more so 12 months ago. So, yeah. Shane, hey, mate. Hello, brother. Good to see you. Which part of the world are you in at the moment, mate? Anthony Welsh. They kept possession of the ball and tried to play zone. It killed us. Good call. Dan, can only treat McGovern like you do the slow kid in maths. Give him 1 mark purely for turning up. Yeah, mate. Debbie, I've been a fan of Levi's for years and mocked by you. Yeah, I mean, he was shit. And he looked done and he looked finished. And I spoke about it during the week. I've spoken about it for the last few weeks about how he's really just turned the corner. He's playing with confidence. He's been put obviously as a defender, and he's really turned it around. I'm happy for him. I'm happy to be wrong. What about you, Deb? Are you happy that he's performing well? Do you still think that we need Brendan Bolt in the side? Let me know what you think. Cameron, is there a way of trading the slow kid for a bag of Doritos and a Diet Coke? And Anthony, Mitch has lost confidence. Yeah, he's lost confidence. He's unfit. He's playing catch up, and it's hurting him. So let's not be too harsh on him. We do need to be harsh on him because he's a senior guy and the money and all of that. I get it, but yeah. Andy Bealey, I know for a fact you were the boffin in maths. Okay, banter. I'm not with there. If the buyer pays for my beers and a Palmer at Norton's Hotel, deal. Love it, mate. Love it. James Williamson, a Collingwood man. I love this. We've got a bit of a AFL fan following here that's on the show. Welcome. Would Carlton have finished as strongly if Melbourne had a full bench and Tom McDonald best on ground in the 4th quarter? Don't know, mate. It's all hypotheticals. Who knows? We have been finishing games pretty strongly in the last few weeks. Lions, doggies, Freo, and today obviously we did as well. But hard to say. And I thought once the crowd got into it, that's when they started to lift. But having said that, they didn't give the crowd a reason to get into it early in the game. We sat there for 12 minutes before we had any mark inside 50. So it was hard to get into the game. It was a weird one. Matko, hey mates, how are you, mate? We need to start games better. Jack's best game for us. We need to slow the game when we're in front. Hopefully we get Cripper, Big H and Cunningham. It's interesting, mate, because we did slow the game when we got in front. That probably hurt us a little bit in the end. We sort of didn't keep going with what got us the win. Had we been 7 points or 13 points up, maybe you can talk about then talk about getting some seconds off the clock, but we just weren't. We were only up by 1, and thought it was interesting the way that they played that out. Andrew Nagy, is Teague being pressured to pick McGovern because he's a marquee pick? No, I don't think so. And you got to remember Teague coached McGovern at Adelaide because he was the forward coach there when Mitch was at Adelaide, so he knows him really well. He obviously has a good relationship with him. I would say that there's something physically wrong with Mitch that's preventing him to be at his best. That would be my guess, because he is a quality player. Combine that with the fact that he's playing with Harry, he's playing with Charlie. Charlie gets injured, he's playing with Harry. Harry gets injured, playing with Charlie. Charlie and Harry are out. Now the synergy's sort of not there. So there's an adjustment period. Again, good players find a way to figure it out, and he just hasn't been able to do that yet. But there's a few factors in this that we've got to think about. Anthony Walsh, 4 games by under a goal. I'll tell you what, good point, mate. And I'll tell you what, start of the year, or end of last year, we're coming off 2018, the worst year in the club's history. If you said that we would have 4 games by under a goal next year, you'd be talking that we're progressing. I think that's the mindset we've got to be looking at now. 12 months ago, we were a rabble. And I know that we've lost games that we should have won, but the fact that we're putting ourselves in these positions shows growth from last year. That's the main takeaway from me. We've already won more games. I know that we want to get to the 5 or 6 mark, but yeah, interesting stat. Quentin, hello, mate. How are you? Kennedy needs to be played now as a lead-up medium forward. That's his role. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Play him as a forward. Let him have moments in the midfield just to help out and sort of go from there. Anthony Walsh, Gibbons Banana was magic. Yeah, so when he kicked it, I just sort of thought of last week. I'm like, well, it's all going to happen now. Jack kicks that goal on the boundary. Simo kicks that goal on the boundary last week, and it all started happening, the magic, and I'm screaming out, it's happening, it's happening. But it wasn't to be. But, yeah, really good goal. Simon, Teague's press conference, Cripps, Harry, Cunners, all to play next week. Wiedering, broken nose, not concussion. Okay, thank God for that, because that looked bad. I'd be surprised if Harry plays next week. I mean, if he's, I haven't heard the press. I didn't hear the language that he used, but that neither of he or Cripps did any of the main training session on Thursday. So let's see how we go. I'd love them all to come in. Big game next week. So yeah, Marcus, we did not deserve to be that close. I agree, mate. I actually think the story of the game was probably more about how bad the Demons are, more than what, how good will we to stay in the game. They're a team that's they've got like this cloud of negativity over them. They're sort of licking their wounds. They're spewing that they've wasted the year and all of that, and you can just see in their body language. Yeah, it's interesting. Albert, you think the boys still have the Bolton way stuck in them? Oh, no, mate, not really. I think Bolton is giving them. I think Bolton was really important for the boys, the young boys coming into the league. Just teaching them how to think, and protecting them and giving them love and whatnot. And it was just a natural progression to Teague. That's how I'm looking at it, to be honest with you, mate. So, yeah, I don't think they've got Bolton's ways stuck in them personally. Dan, we need to have proper expectations on our players. Good call. Jones is not, and I repeat, not a lockdown defender. Great call. Played on McDonough for 42 minutes, was poor. He's more of a Tom Stewart player. He plays loose, attacks the ball, not the man. Tom McDonough was amazing and really impressed me. He made Jones play his game. Good call. Yep, really good call, mate. Really good call. Kano, hey, bro, can I join? Mate, I've got the link. I put it down here. I'll chuck it in again if you want to join. Mate, you're more than welcome to come in. Anthony Walsh, the umpire gave a 50-metre penalty to finish the game. It made no sense. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I was on the other side of the ground. Can somebody confirm what that was for? I'm guessing it might have been abuse, or I don't know, it was something. John, umps cost us at least 3-4 goals. Yeah, but Melbourne also missed at least 7 easy shots. So, on the umpires, as I said before, get them full-time doing their job. Let them develop their skills. Let them watch tape. Kano, I don't know how to join. So Kano, if you're on your desktop, just click that link that I've put down here, and you will be able to join. Dan, shame we did not have 2 J Sauces. He did a great job on Oliver, but without him in the forward line, we would have been lost. I like our J Sauce video. He's Jack Gunston up top in his pomp. Jack Gunston up top in his pomp. Love it. Can roam all over the place. Good call, mate. And if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. Interesting one on Jack Silvani. Dan and I did a few weeks ago before he started performing. Kira Johnston, I think Teague said it perfectly in his post-match, said something along the lines of, I didn't really know how to feel because of all. Half of me was so proud of them, and half of me was thinking we need to play from the word go. We need to set the challenges, not wait to see what the challenges are. Great call. We need to set the challenges, not wait to see what the challenges are. That is quote of the night. That is brilliant. We need to set the challenges, not wait to see what the challenges are. I really like that. Stav, 1 error cost us. Mate, I reckon I reckon there's a few more than one. I reckon there was quite a few errors that cost us, mate. Nick Athanas, hello, mate. Plowman's for the bin, surely. No, mate. I mean, he was poor today, but give him some credit. Brisbane game, plays on Charlie Cameron, does a really good job on him. Last week, did a really good job on Walters every time he came forward. He's had a bad game, but let's not get too hard on him. I know that when he does make a mistake, it fucking pisses me off too. But they're human. They are. Peter Vlahos, hello, mate. Similar to the Doggies match. Govern, what the fuck? Yep. With you there, mate. Dan, Andy Bealey, you can get a shout out. Now you can shut up and work it out, brother. James Williamson, turn it up. Yeah, mate. You know how it is. Stav, Cripps, Doherty, Canelio to come. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Marcus, what mid or small forward do we go after next year? Mate, I will tell you exactly who we should go after. You should go through the videos on the Blue Abroad page. Dan and I have done a video on this exact topic. Also going to release a video tomorrow on the best draft prospects. Excuse me. At the pick that we're likely to have. Dane, probably a reality check today. Didn't deserve to win, and Melbourne 16th got away up on us. A for effort on the comeback. Lots more questions than answers, though, for me. Votes 3 Silvani, 2 Walsh, 1 Ed. My votes are going to be 3 Silvani, 2 Murph, and 1 Walsh. Those are my votes. Craig, does Goddard come in before the end of the year before we lose him? He only comes in if there's an injury or if there's poor form. If Wiedering misses next week with the broken nose, then maybe Goddard can come in. Don't know how that works with the other defenders and how they would work with Goddard, but there is something there. Kano, can't you request me? No, mate, I'm on Be Live, which is streaming through Facebook. So you're going to have to click the link. Otherwise, I won't be able to add you here, mate. Dane Rawlings, hope so, deserves a go, playing brilliantly. Yes, mate. Hayden Wall, is Fisher's role just a handball? Needs to kick the ball deeper and more often. Good call. Good call. Very good call. Kano, I'll go live on Insta after you, mate. All right, mate, no worries. I'll see you there. Looking for a lockdown role. Anthony Walsh. Excuse me. We need to spot up targets rather than bomb to the goal square. This is an interesting one because when I'm in the crowd, there's always a mix. There's a mix between fucking kick the ball, kick the thing, and sometimes you don't need to just bomb the ball in all the time. Today was not that day. Today was a day where it needed to go in quickly, and when it did start going in quickly, we were up. That's when we started getting some momentum. So good call. Lay and Gov, sorry, back to the twos, but great final quarter. Yeah, that final quarter might give me something to think about with Lang, but if Cunningham's fit, Cunningham comes in for me personally. That's how I'm looking at that situation. If he's fit, then Lang will go out. Raul, we'll go to our entertainment value today. Good, bad, and ugly. We were fitter at the end. Demons run back. Game of footy. Only today. Likewise, mate. Sorry before the game. Really good to put a face there to the name and welcome. Kano, good to see you get that, mate. I'm going to add you to the call right now. Hello, mate.
How you going?
Good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad.
Where's your light, mate? I can't see your face.
Yeah, I'll just turn around another way. Hold up.
Yeah, that's it. There you backlit. There you go, mate. You're in. What do you think of the game, mate?
Oh, it was really good. I didn't watch it at home today. I actually went down to a pub down near across the road from the Perth Stadium to watch it with the WA Blues group. So it was good.
A bit frustrating in the end for you.
Yeah, it was. I was same as you, same as what you were saying before. As soon as Gibbo kicked that goal, I was like, yes, maybe same as last week, but maybe next week.
Interesting, mate. Going to add Dan to the call as well. We've got people joining us, guys. If you want to jump on the call, feel free. I've got the link right here. Hello, mate. What's going on?
Hey, Dan.
You got to turn your volume on, brother. Can't hear you.
Yeah.
We'll just go through some of these comments. Craig,
Yeah.
can't believe how good Walsh is, mate. Yeah, me either. 19 years old. Going really well. Kato, what do you think of Sam Walsh, mate?
Oh, he was it was actually very good today. Yeah, it was good, but I still think with if we had Cripper in it, it would take away the pressure of Walsh and he can play his game.
For sure, mate. Dan, you there? Can we hear you? Nah, mate.
Try again.
Blake, Sauce and Kennedy. Yeah, Dan, just jump out and jump back in, mate. See if it works. Blake O'Halloran, Sauce, Kennedy looked much better today. Yeah, absolutely. Both of them did took their chances. Absolutely. Dane, and he's only 19. His will for the contest I haven't seen for years from a young player. Was quiet early, but his second half was immense. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Really good call. Let me jump in here. Dan, bringing you in. Kano, you're in here as well. Just hold tight for me, Kano, mate. Just hold tight for a second. Matko. Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Matko, I heard Josh DeLuca had a good game in the VFL. When will he come into the seniors? Plowman is struggling. I think he should go to the twos and Hugh Pride make his debut. Matko, look, interesting, mate. I wouldn't say Plowman is struggling. I think he had a bad game today, but struggling would mean that he's been bad for a few weeks, and he hasn't been bad for a few weeks, in my opinion. I just think he had a tough game today. I thought he was really good last week, especially over there in Freo. Michael Walters is a super player. We played Brisbane Lions. He had a really good game against, Charlie Cameron, who was very prolific at the time. So I know that we like to get on Plowman, but let's just be mindful of how we're doing it. Kana, what do you think about Plowman?
Well, in the first half, he did make a few errors, and but same as like Jones, but they improved as the game went on, so that was good to see. But if they had kept on making errors, then I'll definitely be thinking about bringing Goddard in or someone bringing him in. Nice,
mate. Nice. All right, Kano, mate. Good to have you. Good to chat to you. Let's go on Instagram after tonight.
Okay. I'll mess you up. All right. See ya.
Terrence. Stav. Jack Silvani is really starting to shine. He's still a dangerous utility at the moment. Will he be a midfielder or forward? Can be both. Be flexible. I think what we saw today was that he can help Cripps in the midfield if need be, which is huge for us. And he can obviously go forward, and he did impact today. Terrence, hello, mate. All shit aside, Dow for the Rezzies. Yeah, we can't hurt him. I mean, there's the sort of the two situations here. There's AFL experience, just get games into the kid, and then there's the not performing, go in the twos, go have a 24 possession game, kick 2 goals, and sort of go from there. Don't know who we have in the twos that can come up and take his spot. That's the thing. That's the thing we're in right now. So yeah. 10 for JSOS, absolutely, mates. Absolutely. Matt Mazzio. He's McGovern at KFC at the moment. He's probably huffing down some popcorn chicken. Tell you what, brackets he's copping a bit. Dan, we've got you back, mate. Let's see if we can get you to work here. So Josh showed the signs, very solid player. Hello, mate. Ooh, no sound, my man. No sound. Nah. I can hear you, see your lips moving, but I can't actually hear you. I'm not sure. I'll leave you there. You can play around with it there, but what I'm seeing, Josh showed the signs. Very solid player. Statistically, he's better than Gibbons and was rated higher than Kelly before he was picked up by Geelong. Yeah, mate, you're on.
Oh, there we are. Thank God for that. Technical difficulties.
No worries, mate. I think it was a bit of technical difficulties with the Carlton Football Club in general today, mate.
Oh, it was a tough one, wasn't it? I mean, it's nice to watch when you're like 50 down. I've got to say, it's good to see a fight back, but can we start doing it a bit easier?
No idea what it is, mate. I don't know what it is. Well, I had a crack at it last week, and I said it was just basically the hallmarks of a side that's young and inexperienced, and they don't know how to come to play early in the piece. So I don't know.
I mean, we had a lot of hangers on the first two quarters. It was like watching the Brendan Bolton era.
Yeah.
It looked like they were caught in two minds all the time. Some of the ball use was horrendous. It's tough because we know Teague can coach. Whatever he says to them half-time and three-quarter time, he maybe needs to start saying that first quarter.
Yeah. And the thing is, he makes moves. He makes moves. He put Will Setterfield forward at times. Obviously used Matt Kennedy there. Jack Silvani, he moved him around a bit. But just wasn't to be, mate. Hayden and Wall, we made them look good today. We gave them so many opportunities, and if they were a good side, they would have iced the game in the second quarter. Blues did well to get close to the end. Yeah, pretty good summary. Danny, have you got any info on the VFL game yesterday? Because I wasn't watching.
Yeah, so I haven't correlated the stats. I've been a bit slack this weekend, but DeLuca, yes, him and Goddard and Schumacher took the game apart. They were really solid. Like DeLuca must have watched our video because I gave him a big rap and he performed. But Schumacher, interesting with Simpson being a bit off today and Plowman. He'll be knocking down that door to get into that first team.
Yeah,
phenomenal performance from Shuey.
Absolutely, he will. Bit early for this one, but Adams asked, "What changes do you think should happen?" I mean, if Harry, Cripps, and Cunningham are all fit, you would guess that they come in, right?
Yeah, you've got to say that they're guaranteed to come back into the Carlton side. I mean, I'd say Fasolo's been in deadly form the last 2 weeks as well. So I'd say Lang, you'd imagine that's it now for Carlton. You'd imagine that Fasolo or DeLuca will be looking to take that spot.
Yep. Absolutely. Good question here from Hayden. When is Matty always ready to have a crack? Good question, mate. We'd love to get him on. We'd love to get him.
He agreed to come and do this show.
Yeah, I think we've hopefully we've given him a bit of a platform to produce some great form. But yeah, Dan, what were your votes today? Also, everyone who's on right now, put your 3, 2, and 1 votes in the comments, and we'll get them up, and we'll sort of I just want to get a bit of an understanding as to how everyone saw the game. If you're watching on TV, you get a different. It's funny because you get a different perspective when you watch on TV and when you're at the game. From the naked eye, I thought it was Jack, Murph, and Sam Walsh, 3, 2, 1. But yeah, write your votes in the comments below, and we'll get them up here. Dan, what about you? I know it's very raw, and we're still.
I'd say three votes, J-Sauce.
Oh, mate, your boy, mate.
By a long way, J-Sauce. He really impressed me.
You got to cop some shit. You just got to cop some shit. Be willing to cop it. Know when you're right, and then when the moment comes like today, you can go back and see the date that video was uploaded.
2 votes I'd probably give to Ed Kerno. I thought he scrapped really well.
Yep.
And 1 vote, Murphy, I'm giving it to.
Love it, mate. Love it. Sean Costello, Tez, are we sold on Setterfield yet? I am not. I am 100% sold on Setterfield. Kid's going to be a fine player for the club. Like I said early in the feed, he is not training with the full group week in, week out. He's playing catch up. He's behind the 8 ball. So on a modified program, he's not at 100%. He's also young. There's a whole lot of factors. But I thought, didn't get a lot of the ball today. Yes, there was a moment where he had an inside 50, cooked the kick. Yes, but 3 goals too. Dan, how'd you see Setterfield's game today?
I think he's building into it. It's like, what now? His 10th, 11th game?
Yeah.
Continuously. He's really starting to build. Like, he's getting in them danger signs. Like, he's not a midfielder. He was signed by GWS as a pressure forward. Yep. So when he plays on the half forward line and can rotate through midfield. So he's doing that. He's showing signs.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Bon Draper, hey guys, what are your thoughts on Plowman's last 2 minutes of the game? I mean, not great, but a lot of them weren't great. As I said before, he's had a bad game today, and I know we're emotional, and I know we want to, let the frustration out. But he has been actually really good for the last month. He just had a poor one today, and that's just the way it is.
Oh, I mean, he's kept Michael Walters and Charlie Cameron in his pocket the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, Michael Walters. It's like we forgot. Michael Walters was the best player in the league before he played Lockie Plowman last week.
100%.
Craig, any Blues tragics coming to Sydney this Saturday? I'd love to catch up. I'm not coming, unfortunately, mate. But if anybody is going to make the trip, please get in touch with Craig. You can go from there. Simon Schuster, umpiring very frustrating. Yeah, it was. It was, Simon. It certainly was. Roshan, hello, how are you? How can McGovern be getting a game? Surely Kerr deserves the game and may have more of an impact. It's an interesting one. I talked about it earlier. Tiggy's worked with McGovern before, plays a role for the team and all of that. And then there's the other side of things with the money we pay him and the senior guy that he is. Dan, you've got a pretty strong one on this with Mitch. How do you feel we move forward from this?
He's either unfit or he's severely lacking confidence. He has to go to the twos. This week, we needed him to stand up. He failed last week. He failed miserably this week. And personally, people are saying Simpson cost us the game. I think McGovern costed us the game because if he performed, Jesus would have still done a job on Oliver. Carlton would have won. For me, I think it's time to give him the twos and enjoy his run there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Darren here agrees as well. He wants to see Garlett and Goddard come in for Plowman and McGovern. I'm not a Garlett fan, personally.
Get him in. Get him in. Get Garlett in.
Get him in. Hey, I was wrong on Levi. I could be wrong on Garlett, but, whatever. Maybe he's grown up a little bit.
To be fair, I'd take you and me doing 40 minutes each over McGovern.
Oh, mate. Oh, geez.
So I say yes to anyone over McGovern.
Yeah. Some of the votes are coming through. Sauce, Murphy, Levi. Yeah, Levi was good today. Good call, Adam. Very good call. Stiff to miss out on my votes. Peter Vlahos, Jay Sauce, Ed Kerno, and Murph. I think that's how you had them, Dan. So you've got one there. Well done.
Great minds think alike.
Well done, Anthony Walsh, Jay Sauce, Walsh, Casbolt, Luke Wakeling. Hello, legend. How are you, mate? Simpson brain fade. Yeah, mate, he's getting old. It's getting old. They make mistakes. You start losing your mind a bit as you go on in life. Cut in some slack, mate. He's played 300 and whatever many games for this football club. He's entitled to have a moment here and there.
I've got to say, if anyone wants a good giggle, I know we're feeling a bit depressed. If you just go over the Carlton forums at half time to 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and you can see the crescendo and then the rise. It's so good to see.
I kind of wish, I wish there was some sort of software that you could correlate emotion in text and then just sort of see how he went and then sort of back up and down. There's a
guy I won't name, but in the Blue Believers put up a post half-time saying Jack Sylvan is the worst footballer in the history of football. Can't hold a mark. And literally an hour later, he deleted that post and put up and said, Jesus, brilliant footballer. Thank God for the Sylvanis. Brilliant.
Oh,
if you're out there, well done.
Mate. Sean Costello, Jack Walsh and Setters. Love it, mate. Peter Vlahos, Jones and Plough, not their best game, of course, but we'll definitely play next week. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. And they've got a chance to rectify next week. Christopher Broberg, hello, mate. What will be the ins and outs for next weekend's game up there in Sydney against Sydney? Very early to speculate. Dan, what do you think?
Well, let's just say McKay and Kerner are out.
Yeah.
I'd bring Cripps in for Lang.
Yep.
And I'd bring DeLuca in for Wheatering.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd just play two talls down the back, let Levi shift.
Yep.
And I'd definitely be bringing in for Solo And I hate to say it for McGovern, and I'd play just 2 tolls.
Interesting, mate. Very interesting. Luke Wakeling, thoughts on Lang? Had a good fourth quarter, well, an okay fourth quarter, but just took a while. As I said early in the review, he just looked like a guy that hadn't been playing at the grade for a while. Really, just struggled to get up to the speed of the game, and that's why it's a bit stiff to have him miss next week. Obviously, if Cripps plays, then Cripps plays. But yeah, he was untidy, and but there is definitely something to work with there. I think we've just got to be a little bit more patient with him. Wayne Gardner, umpires 3 votes. They had some shockers today. They really did. They really did. Sean Costello, I think it's easy to forget how unsettling it must be for the kids not to have Cripps, Charlie, Harry. Those 3 at the core must be tough psychologically to not have. 100%. Great call. Great call. There is a different mindset, and what it does is it forces Fisher, Samo, O'Brien, Dow to carry the load. You've got no choice.
It just
cannot hide.
It does make you think with Cripps, the way that JSOS and Setterfield are controlling the middle of the park, that if we had Cripps there and Cripps could have gone to where JSOS went in the forward line, I reckon we might have won that game, because if Cripps had done the old Brisbane turning it on, he could have quite easily got us 4 or 5 goals on his own. So that's exciting for me, that now Ed, JSOS, they're controlling that centre, means Cripps can be free.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke Wakeling, when can we see some footage of tearing Whittlesey apart in the 2015 grand final? Look, I didn't do much in the grand final, mate. I had one nice passage of play, which I kicked a nice goal in the granny. Let's get the last 5 minutes of the prelim out when I kicked the last 2 goals of the game to put us into a granny, mate. Luke Wakeling's an all-time Thomastown great. So, yeah. Where are we? Peter Vlahos. First time in a while I've seen Levi's goal kicking accuracy. Love it, mate. Heath Buck. Hello, Bucky. Good to have you on, mate. Carlton fans today. I was commentating this afternoon, and the noise through the headset in the last quarter was as loud as I've heard since 2013 elimination final. Even though we lost, you can feel the momentum growing with this group, and the Carlton supporters sense it. 100% spot on. That was the thing I said earlier. We started the game. It was a real flat start, and crowd was quiet. There was just nothing to really be excited about. We didn't kick a goal for a while. And then once we started getting a bit of a run on, the game opened up. We have some built-up frustration. And when we start playing some decent footy and start climbing up the ladder, we are going to be a bloody army.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you can see it there. You can see that team. It's got the ability to do the unthinkable.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the magic moments are there. You can see a couple of years' time, we're going to be 60 down with a quarter to go in a prelim final, and we just pull it out of our bottoms. You can see it. You can see the magic moments are there. Yeah,
100%. Spot on, Heath Buck. Well done, mate. Great call. All right, that'll do it. That's been an hour. Good episode. Really enjoyed this. This might be something to continue with after games. Maybe when it's probably better when we win because we're all up and about. But yeah, looking forward to it, Dan. Looking forward to seeing your content throughout the week, mate. Seeing what you got planned for us. We've got a few cool videos coming out. We've got the under-18s video coming out probably tonight or tomorrow. We're looking at the under-18s kids who are going to be in that 10 to 20 range that might be available with our first pick. Now, I know that we've said that we're going to be trading it, and there's rumors that we are going to be trading it. But if we don't trade it, then we're going to have a look at which of the kids are in that bracket that we can actually pick up. And, yeah, have a lovely evening, everyone. Sorry that the boys couldn't get it done today, but well done for everyone for tuning out, and have a lovely evening. Catch ya.